question from Chapter 9 is, using one of the men's and one of the women's varsity teams on your campus as an example, explain how the college experiences of team members may be related to career success and social mobility after they get out of school. What are the things that might contribute to success mobility? What are the things that might interfere with success and mobility?
According to Coakley, many people in the U.S. see sports as a sphere in which people from low income and poor backgrounds can experience upward social mobility, an affirmation of the American dream. Social mobility is a term used by sociologists to refer changes in wealth, education, and occupation over a person's lifetime or from one generation to the next. Social mobility can occur in downward or upward directions. On a general level, career and mobility opportunities exist in sports and sport organizations. However, as we consider the impact of sports on mobility in the U.S., it is useful to know the following things about sport-related opportunities. Number of paid career opportunities in sports is limited. Opportunities for women are growing but remain limited on and off the field relative to men. Opportunities for which ethnic minorities are growing but remain limited on and off the field relative to whites.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I was too busy reading up on Rags to Riches' story about an athlete whose career made her successful today. Would you like to hear a tale of a lady Laker? It began on a dark and stormy night. As a middle child of 5, she was often forgotten and overlooked by her parents and other siblings. All she wanted to do was live up to her older brother's collegiate career and academic All-American as a point guard. However, she knew she had to work hard because she had no help from anyone in her family. The opportunity that she got from basketball and attending college at Mercyhurst University increased her chance of her upward social mobility and success in her future career. That's all the time we have for now, children. But stay tuned to hear about a male athlete who wants to become successful in the coaching career in the NFL.
As we heard in the fairy tale, the young Laker's opportunity to play a sport and gain the experience can have an upward mobility when it comes to her career. Increasing opportunities to complete academic degrees, develop job-related skills, and/or extend one's knowledge about the world outside of sports plays into this. Also, the second thing is it increases support from significant others for overall growth and development, not just sports development. Third, provides opportunities to develop social networks that are connected with career possibilities outside of sports and sport organizations. Fourth, it provides material resources and the guidance needed to successfully create and manage opportunities. Fifth, it expands experiences, identities, and abilities unrelated to sports. Sixth, it minimizes risks of disabling injuries that restrict physical movement or require expensive and/or chronic medical treatment. As we learn about these, this brings us to our next fairy tale in which a opportunity has brought success in his job career for a young Laker on the football field and off the football field.
Welcome back. Our second story today is about a young Laker who has a dream of being successful in the sports industry. However, his low-income family and background greatly impacted his opportunity. Born to a young, unmarried couple in the Bronx, the future Laker experienced many hardships and not much success or stability at home. Eventually, living with his father, they were short on money and he lived in several different homeless shelters. At last, an opportunity has arisen for him by his grandmother allowing him a chance to play some sports and provide him with education. Being a standout football player from the Bronx gave him the opportunity to be granted several scholarships to many different universities across the country. He chose to play Division II football. Though he was successful in college, he wanted to take his education to the next level. Although he didn't care to play football in the NFL, he wanted to be a coach for the NFL As a GA, he had the opportunity to work at his alma mater and be a football coach there, providing many of his skills he used in the world of sport industry. A true example of how collegiate athletics have led a career to success, even though it isn't always that way, that this story happened to be successful for this college athlete at Mercyhurst University.
As we learned from our last fairy tale, a successful career can be obtained from the opportunity to play college sports. However, this isn't always the case. A career success can be connected, though, if playing sports under certain circumstances may teach young people interpersonal skills that carry over and enable them to succeed in jobs requiring those skills. People who hire employees may define former athletes as good job prospects and give them opportunities to develop and demonstrate work-related abilities, which then serve as the basis for their career success. Former high-profile athletes may also have reputations that help them attain and succeed in certain jobs, or playing sports under certain circumstances may enable athletes to develop social networks consisting of social relationships that help them obtain good jobs after sports. As both of our stories contain either an upward social mobility or career success, this isn't the case, and there are areas that interfere with this. This will be explained shortly.
People often assume that it is easy to increase social mobility, but there are many outside factors that impact this. Things that interfere with social mobility and career success are things such as scholarship opportunities. These aren't available as everyone thinks. Only 6.8% of people get full scholarships, while 66% of people in college receive no scholarship at all. This problem can keep athletes in debt after graduating college and keeping them in the same social class, not allowing them to have social mobility. Other athletes don't care about school a lot of the time, so they just take nonsense classes that don't relate to a career that they can get later on in life, or they just don't receive a degree at all. Sport careers are almost improbable, with hockey being highest college to pro at 10%. Women-wise, they have fewer pro outlets and aren't represented in most coaching positions. Therefore, it is harder for women to get a degree, or harder for women to get sport careers.
According to Coakley, opportunities for careers that hold the hope of upward social mobility exist for some people in sports. For athletes, these opportunities often are scarce and short-lived, and they reflect patterns of class, gender, and ethnic relations in society. These patterns take various forms with regard to careers in sport organizations. Although opportunities in some of these jobs have become increasingly open over the past decade, white men still hold the most of the power positions in sport organizations. This will change only when the organizational cultures of sports teams and athletic departments become more inclusive and provide new ways for women and ethnic minorities to participate fully in shaping the policies and norms used to determine qualifications in sports and organize social relations at the workplace.
Research generally indicates that people who use sport participation to expand their social and cultural capital often have an advantage when seeking occupational careers apart from sports. However, when sport participation constricts social and cultural capital, it's likely to have a negative effect on later career success. The relevance of this pattern varies by sport and is affected by resources that athletes can accumulate during their playing career.
So they take nonsense classes that won't relate to a career later on in life, or don't receive a degree at all because it's not important to them. And they think that by going, I don't know where I was going with that one.
Keep going.
Why?
Starts on a dark and stormy night. We're a middle child going to Mercyhurst University in the near future. From basketball, delete.
I thought you said you didn't know how to edit.
It's literally just cutting.
Well, can you do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know how?
No.
All right, you ready?